as you said, my first GMAT attempt was I can say a failure. I scheduled my test and it's a big fail for me. But after that, I think that I need to make a big change to get my target score. I think the major difference between integrated reasoning and the new GMAT Focus edition in DI, it was the non-math DS questions. I don't know. Wow, okay, I'm a math guy, but if you don't have a process to translate, to visualize, and to apply the constraints, you'll get failed. I think that I will just give one tip at the end. I think it is the most important. Believe in the process.
Hi, Victor. Welcome to today's video debrief session and a big congratulations on your latest GMAT attempt where you reached your target score of a 645. So a big congratulations. How does it feel to be here?
I'm really happy because it's a nice score. I'm really sad because I think that I can get more, but it's okay for me now.
It's a bittersweet moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But what I know it's been quite a long journey because you started out at a 565 and to get to that 645, I think it's just that was your target. But now that you know what you could achieve, you're like, yeah. So now coming to the 645, what makes this score all the more sweeter, I would say, is your wonderful DI score. You got a D83, which is the 96th percentile. So that's a great achievement for somebody who was starting out at a data insight score of a 74, right? So that's almost a 9-point improvement, which is great. So congratulations on that again, right? So Victor, let's start at the beginning. I know that we could divide your GMAT journey into two stages, one with e-GMAT, one before e-GMAT. So tell us about the first phase of your GMAT journey. How did you prepare and how did your attempt during that stage go?
Okay. As you said, my first GMAT attempt was I can say a failure. My first P.A.C.E, I opted to take a Brazilian GMAT course to do, which in time focus heavily on sentence correction section. In that time was my weakest subsection. I tried to study 2 to 3 hours a week, and I did this for some, I don't know, 3-4 months, and I think I was prepared to do my first attempt of GMAT. I scheduled my test, and it's a big fail for me. But after that, I think that I need to make a big change to get my target score. So I try to find some platforms online to help me on this, and I found e-GMAT by internet, and I think it was the I think it was a big change for me, but it was really I need to get my score.
That's yeah, that's good. I'm glad that you like the course, and I'm glad that the course helped you get to your target, right? So, Victor, before you came on the platform, so you've taken GMAT earlier. So, what do you think were your major challenges reaching your target GMAT score?
Sure. I think my biggest challenge in all sections, it was to have a, how can I say, approach that I know that is in my head, and I don't escape from that because I'm a little anxious person and a nervous person, and of course on tests it's bigger. But I think the biggest challenge for me before e-GMAT is to maintain a approach, and after e-GMAT I think that It was the big change for me, just for verbal and for Quant and DI. I have a really a tough approach to me to handle the questions.
Yes, I agree. Approaches and processes are super, super critical because in a time test like GMAT, you need to have a specific process or an approach to solve a question. Without that, you tend to go all over the place, right? So that's great. And so let's start with DI, right? Because
Okay.
that by far, I think I would say that was a tremendous achievement. A, it's a 96th percentile, and B, the quantum of improvement, right? A 9-point improvement is really, really brilliant. So coming to DI, how did you prepare for it? Did you refer to any other sources other than e-GMAT, or was the material on e-GMAT sufficient for you to get to the 96th percentile?
Okay. Uh, I, I want to remember that in the last GMAT, we have the integrated reason part that it's quite the same as DI.
Mm-hmm,
But in the last GMAT, we have 3 minutes to solve the questions. And now in the new GMAT Focus, we have, I don't
mm-hmm,
know, around 2 minutes.
mm-hmm,
And when I started to study the new questions, I
mm-hmm,
really think that I don't get handle the 2 minutes time. And I think
mm-hmm.
the process GMAT helped me to really get on, these questions on time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was really brilliant because has many exercises to do. It's very quite similar that official guides and
Mm-hmm.
the questions of the test,
Mm-hmm.
and really prepare me to handle the questions on short time.
Got it. Got it. So did you, as I asked you, did you refer to any other sources for this, or
Sorry.
it was just the
No.
e-GMAT lab?
I just studied by e-GMAT platform on the I.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I had done some questions of the official guide, but
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
to study the
Mm-hmm.
theory, I can say, and how to solve the exercises,
Mm-hmm.
it's the main of the e-GMAT platform.
Okay, that's really nice to know. Now, when it comes to DI, I think there are a few things that need to be in place to really improve in DI. A, you need to know what each of these things looks like what is graphic interpretation, what is table analysis, what's a TPA, and how to make sense of you know, graphs or tables, those kind of things. Plus, you, as you rightly said, you need to have that process and approach in order to, you know, really solve it in a time limit. So to split it, you need to know your concepts, you need to know how to apply your concepts, right? So coming to each of these um, courses, how well equipped do you think that made you in terms of both concepts and applications?
I think that the first part, the conceptual part, was really important for me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I'm an engineer for formation,
mm-hmm.
so many concepts in math, it's okay for me, correlation, graphs, tables,
Mhm,
but uh, in the GMAT test, it's quite really different from the real world. And
mhm,
to review these concepts, I think that was really important for me on math.
mhm.
And the approach, again, I really want to emphasize the approach. And the approach
Yeah.
for non-math questions was really important to see the concepts and do all the applications files
Mhm.
to really emphasize the process and how to get the questions.
Got it. Got it. So, this the structure that we followed was, you built your foundation by learning concepts and applications through the course, and then you did cementing on the Scholaranium,
Okay.
which is the question bank. So, can you tell me how the process of cementing really helped you solidify what you'd learned?
I think it's the best process in the platform
Mm-hmm.
because when we are getting the theory and do the application files after, it's not easy, but it's quite the same because
Mm-hmm.
you do the theory and after you will get a exercise as the same of that.
Mm-hmm.
But in the cementing, we had all variety of questions, and you have
Mm-hmm.
to. It's a real simulation,
Yeah.
so it's a big change in the learning. And there
Mm-hmm.
in the cementing, you just starting to struggle on the questions. In the I think the process is so organizing that you can help to reach a, I don't know, 70, 80 percentile just do semantic.
Very true. I think what you said was right. Like, just to reiterate, when you do the course, when you do the foundation course, you reach around a 55th percentile ability. But when you do cementing, what you're doing now is you are practicing on medium and hard GMAT-like questions, which takes you to that, 80th, 90th percentile ability, right? So very good. Glad to know that you really like the process and that helped you get here. Also, I can see that over and above the course in the Scholaranium in DI, you have solved over 300 questions, right? So, what's your take on these questions? And, do you think these questions really helped you face the actual DI questions during the test?
In DI?
Yeah.
Yes. I think the questions is quite the same of the official guide questions, and it's kind of a refreshing questions sometimes. But I think the major difference between integrated reasoning and the new GMAT Focus edition in DI, it was the non-math DS questions. And I think e-GMAT is trying to get on this because in my tests, the DI questions, non-math questions, it was really difficult. And I think that e-GMAT platform had been preparing me for that.
Okay, that's brilliant, right? So, all in all, I think just the course and following the structured approach to the course really helped you get there. Because when I look at your attempts, and as I'm talking, I'm also trying to drag that in. When I look at how well you have done the course, that's a testament to the effort you have put in, right? So, what we do is we also um, capture how well you have done the course in the sense that in comparison with other students, right, who are on the platform, that sort of gives us an idea and also helps us um, predict your possibility of success, how well you will do in cementing, how well you have, how well you would be able to get to your target score. And for me, that is super critical because having a rock solid foundation is the bedrock of building a rock solid ability.
Yes.
And when I look at your this view across the board, I see you have brilliant stats, they're all A's and there is one B out here, which is a very, very rare thing, but across the board, you are a top A. And when you are an A, in comparison with other people who are using the platform, you're in the top 15%. Right? So that's where I think doing this structured approach is super, super critical. And I'm so glad that you did that. You built your foundation, you did cementing, and just following the structured approach, building a rock solid foundation followed by practice is, I would say, one of the primary, contributing factors to, your target score or the D83. That's brilliant, right? Now coming to Quant. Quant also, I think you were starting out at a Q82 from your previous attempt. And I know that you've gone up to 87 in Quant in one of your attempts, right? So I think Quant, tell us what were your major challenges in Quant and what was it that you're looking for when you started the Quant course?
Okay. I really to emphasize the word before each mat and the word after each mat.
Okay.
Before each mat, I don't know. My quant, my quant is really good since I was a child. But in GMAT we have the time issue.
Yeah.
So to get the questions on the time, make me do some miscalculations that ruined my grade in the first attempt of GMAT. And after I get the platform, I really think that my math skills could improve. But e-GMAT really achieved my quant nearly, I try to say perfection. I say nearly because e-GMAT don't make the calculation for me. uh, uh, I think that reviewing all the Quant materials, I was so confident that I really could ace the actual exam. In my official tests and the real exams, I think that I missed at most one or two questions after
Yes.
the GMAT. I think that the process again it's very important because I don't know. Wow, okay, I'm a math guy, but if you don't have a process to translate, to visualize, and to apply the constraints, you get failed. No.
Yeah.
Okay, the calculation it's my problem, but if I just follow the e-GMAT process, I really get on this, and it was really impressive in my two test real test attempts. I finished my quant questions. I don't know with 10 minutes.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
that's
I can
brilliant.
review a lot of questions, and but I don't know when I review, I found the same miscalculations, and
Yeah.
I get a 87.
Yeah. But this and the predictability of data is what I like, you know. And when I look at your Scholaranium stats and I look at your hard accuracy here, um, uh, for quant through Scholaranium, and this is a clear-cut 95th percentile plus kind of a score, which is what, is a testament to the kind of effort you put in. You've solved like over 550 questions here and just left no straw unturned, I would say, to reach your target. Now I also know that, Victor, you use the pace feature of quant, which assesses what your strengths are, weaknesses are,
Yeah,
and gives you a very atomic path towards your study, right? So can you tell our viewers a little bit about pace and how it really helped you manage your quant prep better?
the first thing I need to say that the pace for me it's good in two things. The
Mm-hmm,
first it's a time saving of sure
mm-hmm,
because I had a short period to study to GMAT, and the pace saved me a lot of time. And it's incredible that when the pace when I don't skip the questions
mm-hmm.
or the sections, it was my really
Yeah.
my bad sections on math, and I was impressed. Wow, it's worse because the platform know what were my weakness,
Yes, yes.
and it was really important to me to really know that okay, here I need to focus to
Mm-hmm.
handle the more difficult questions.
Okay, that's nice to know. Actually, I was looking at your account and I could see that you saved over 37 hours of prep time because of
Yeah,
pace, right? And I think that's a huge thing because most of the people who prepare are working professionals, and whatever time saved is the time that you can invest on areas
yeah,
of bigger concern, right? So that's
sure.
brilliant. And I know I'm going a little off track, but I think one thing we can also talk about is what happened in your one of your quant attempts, wherein you got just one question wrong and got an 84. I think that's so. Do you want to tell our viewers? Because I think that's a great learning that people can take away, and because people tend to think, okay, we can review questions, but it does come at a small little cost. So do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, it's a strange thing that occurred to me, but it's okay. It's the life. But how you say in the my last attempt of GMAT, I just took one mistake, but I reviewed three questions because, as I said before, I had done some
Mm-hmm.
miscalculations, and I reviewed to correct these three questions just make one mistake, but my score was 84.
Mm.
It was a great score, but in the other attempts, I made just one mistake and my score was 87. So if
Mm.
I had the 87 again, I think that my score will up to 720 or
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the
yeah.
new 6665. So it's really important to everybody knows to, okay, review the questions is important. In the official mocks on GMAT, I think that they don't get this, but in the official test, for me, it was no big changes on reviewing the questions.
Yeah.
I think that if I spend more time on the questions, review with calm, because my timing was really great. I think that my score would be improved.
Okay. So basically what you're telling is you need to have a proper decision-making matrix when you do take the test. Don't just review
Yeah,
questions because that also comes at a cost of your
true.
overall score. That's
Don't
brilliant.
fall in love with questions, but try to to get it right.
Yes, yes, that's a big learning too. Don't fall in love with an answer choice or a particular question. Know when to skip it, right? So that's nice. I think, Victor, all is well that ends well. What's really good is this score gives you a great fighting chance to get into the university of your choice. I know
Sure,
you're working on the applications, and yeah, I'm sure, with a brilliant profile that you have, that will give you a great chance to get into your university. So,
sure.
as a parting note, Victor, do you have any specific tips that you want to share with the other GMAT aspirants out there?
Okay. I think that I will just give one tip. Yeah, and I think it is the most important. Believe in the process. Uh,
Mhm.
I have read numerous motivation stories online and from my close friends, but in the whole process, I felt discouraged along the way.
Mhm.
I'm not I'm saying this here. Probably, if you someone hear that, uh, will will be somewhat happy for a short time and maybe discouraged along the other time. But truly, stay calm and believe in the process was the turning
Mhm.
point for me. And I
Mhm.
really think that it's the big change for anyone. And a second tip, I think I'm Brazilian. I really think the Indians are the best. So e-GMAT platform, it's above everything.
That's so nice of you to say. Thank you. I think I'm blushing, but but that's really good. So yeah, but I think end of the day, victory comes to those who put in the hours, the sweat, the effort, and everything that takes. You need to see through to the end line, right? And you did that, and I know that the last bit was a real sprint and all that. Despite long working hours, you were able to manage that. So congratulations again on that, and wishing you all the very best for your applications that you're working on. And fingers crossed. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Goodbye.